Hi everybody in my TSTO Harry Potter group and YouTube channel. Well, what a surprise. Today we got a nice little TLSQ, a new adventure. It's called Hufflepuff Celebration. And this one goes on for 2 days and 5 hours. And let's see what's going on here. Professor Sprout entrusts you and your Hufflepuff friends to look after her most prized possession, an ailing magical plant. Can you uncover its secret link to another Hogwarts professor and keep it from withering away? Complete this special adventure to learn what it means to be a Hufflepuff and earn a rare Hufflepuff House medal. Okay. Yeah, okay. Ooh, some stuff in the store. Okay, we'll do that after. I'm more interested in getting this nice little TLSQ here going. Okay. So, meet with the Hufflepuffs. Okay. I just don't know if leaving now is a good idea. Hello, Professor. Did you just say you're going somewhere? Hello, Mr. Baby. Yes, you heard correctly. I'm leaving Hogwarts. For a few days. I've been invited to a prestigious herbology conference. Oh, is that all? Oh, congratulations. Don't scare us like that, Professor Sprout. Hufflepuff needs you. Perhaps I should have worded that more carefully. My apologies. I'm feeling a bit out of sorts. I want to attend the conference, but I'm concerned about what could happen if I go. Let me explain. Okay. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to be doing videos. There's a carnival coming up soon and some other stuff, so stay tuned. Plus, I'm doing another chapter. I think I'm at 743. That video will be coming shortly. Here we go. You're worried about leaving one of your plants behind while you're at the herbology conference? I just don't know if it'll make it without me. That's a different plant. I've had Gerald for ages. This fanged geranium means the world to me. Is Gerald all right? He doesn't seem as bitey as other fanged geraniums. I know, it's terrible. Gerald barely even tries to bite people anymore. Not like he used to. Gerald may be a common magical plant, but I care about him a lot. Is that something you can understand? I'll just put, yes, I completely understand. Say no more, Professor. I understand completely. Thank you, Mr. Baby. I see you appreciate the companionship of plants. I've given Gerald the best care for many years. To me, he is Hufflepuff treasure. Without him, I may have never. May have never what? What makes Gerald so special, Professor? I don't have time to explain. What matters right now is Gerald's well-being. As I cannot take him to the herbology conference, I must leave Gerald in the care of someone responsible. That duty falls to you, Mr. Baby. I know I said I understand how you feel about Gerald, but are you sure you want to leave him in my care? Of course, you're one of my most capable and reliable students. You've already proven that you understand the companionship that magical plants can provide. I know you have what it takes to keep Gerald safe until my return. If you need help, just ask your friends at House Hufflepuff. Okie dokie. Now I really must be going. My train to London is leaving soon. Goodbye, Gerald. Stay healthy until I get back. Enjoy the conference. We'll take good care of Gerald. We promise. Thank you, Mr. Baby. Farewell, everyone. I'll return in a few days. I promised that we'd take care of Gerald, but he doesn't look well at all. Could he be sick? Some kind of fanged geranium disease? If that's the case, we need to find out what's wrong. Gerald means a lot to Professor Sprout, and we'll never find out what makes him special if he withers away. Let's take Gerald to the hospital and see if we can find a way to help him. Okay. So that's the first part. Okay. Examine the plant. We gotta find out if Gerald is sick with some kind of fang geranium disease. If a healer in a hospital wing can't help him, we've gotta try. Grogu, Penny, Tonks, I didn't expect to see you all here. Hello, Kira. I take it you're volunteering in the hospital wing again. That's right, and the next patient I'm supposed to see is someone called Gerald. This is Gerald. He's a fang geranium and very important to Professor Sprout, but he's not looking well. We want to know if he's come down with some kind of illness. Grogu, I'm a volunteer student healer, not a herbologist. But a patient is a patient, so if something wrong with Gerald, I'll do whatever I can to help. Is there a specific part of Gerald that you're concerned about? It may help narrow things down. Let's say just fangs. A fang geranium isn't much without fangs. I'd appreciate if you take a look at them. Absolutely, Grogu. We'll make Gerald's fangs the focus of our examination. Professor Sprout entrusted us with Gerald's well-being. If there's anything we can do to help, just ask. Well, I could use an assistant during my examination. Madame Pomfrey will be close by and watch and make sure I'm doing this right. I'll be happy to assist. Let's get started with Gerald's checkup. I'm probably going to end up doing this in 3 parts. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do for this. So this will be part 1. So I'm going to do this in 3 parts. Oh, there's more. I didn't click enough. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, 3 parts. Thanks for watching this, though. I mean, I love doing these. There we go. I checked Gerald for signs of root rot, fungal infection, pests, and everything else I could think of, but found no sign of disease or illness. Thanks, Kira. It's good to know that Gerald isn't sick. Did you learn anything from Gerald's fangs? Only that Gerald is one old fang geranium. Fangs like his take years to grow so many ridges. Wonder if Gerald's age is related to his ailing condition. That could be, but unfortunately I don't have a cure for something like that. There has got to be something more we can do. Could there be a magical solution to this? Well, there's herbivicus, that's a charm to make plants grow, but I wouldn't recommend it. Gerald's condition is delicate. Powerful magical intervention may be too much for his fragile constitution. I suppose we'll have to think of another way to help him. We don't want to overwhelm the little guy. Professor Sprout mentioned that Gerald is very important to her, but she didn't explain why. If I knew, I'd tell you, but I do remember seeing Gerald before. I was visiting Professor Sprout's office in my first year. He was in a special place on her windowsill. So, Professor Sprout has had Gerald for at least that long. Thanks, Kira. That's good to know. I appreciate all your help with this. You accepted a flower as a patient without a second thought. Flowers need help, too. Being a Hufflepuff has taught me the importance of kindness and acceptance. I've always felt at home in Hufflepuff. Their accepted nature means a lot to me. If Gerald isn't sick and magical interventions are out, what else can we try? This is only a guess, but does anyone know when Gerald last ate? He might just be hungry. Gerald hasn't eaten since Professor Sprout left. Perhaps we ought to try to feed him something just in case. But what do fang geraniums even eat? You got me, Grogu, but with a mouth and fangs like that, I assume Gerald eats quite a lot. That's a good point, actually. Gerald may not be a magical creature, but he does have a mouth and fangs. Perhaps a creature expert like Professor Kettleburn would know what fang geraniums eat. Good idea. We just released Professor Kettleburn last week after his latest injury. He should be fully recovered and back in classroom now. Then that's where Gerald and I are going to next. Good luck. Oh, and before you go, take some of these potion ingredients. Bone meal, powdered kelp, and wiggon tree bark. I heard they're good for plants. Thanks, Kira. I'm sure Gerald can use all that help he can get. Now we've got to talk to Professor Kettleburn so we can get Gerald something to eat. Okay. Okay, let's see what it's going on here. Part 1 of 3, yeah. So I'm going to do this in 3 parts because this is going to be a real long one. So I'm going to do this and then end the video. Yes. Feed Gerald. Here we go. There's Professor Kettleburn. I don't think he noticed us. He seems focused on that creature. Hopefully he'll know that fanged geraniums eat so we can find out whether Gerald is hungry. Well, if it isn't Mr. Baby, Miss Tonks, and Professor Haywood, 3 of my favorite Hogwarts students, you're just in time. Just in time for what? To meet Squawk, of course. She's my prize alchemy. Squawk! Squawk is my pride and joy, but she's still young and quite feisty. I remember Squawk, Liz, and I looked after her while you were away on a trip to Ireland. You and Mrs. Tuttle did a brilliant job of alchemy sitting for me, except perhaps the part when Squawk escaped and caused all that chaos. Well, we found her eventually. Professor, we wanted to ask your advice on something. We're taking care of Professor Sprout's fanged geranium while she's away from Hogwarts, but he seems a little worse for wear. I can see that. Fanged geraniums are usually far more aggressive than this, especially Gerald. Kira said Gerald's fangs suggest that he's very old. That's for sure, but even old fanged geraniums still want to bite you. We were thinking Gerald might be hungry, but none of us know what fanged geraniums eat. Good thinking, Mr. Baby. A little snack might be just what Gerald needs to get his energy back. I have food for him around here somewhere. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to search at the moment. Why not? I can't leave Squawk alone. She's been in a sore mood ever since I redid her nest. If I let her out of sight for even a second, she'll slither off to who knows where and cause all sorts of trouble. What if the 3 of us watch Squawk for you? We might be able to calm her down. I would appreciate that, Mr. Baby. Some new friends to play with might cheer her up. Since you looked after Squawk before, you ought to know what to expect. Watch over Squawk for me while I scrounge around for something for Gerald to eat. Okay. Do. These are very long quests, actually. I wasn't even expecting a new Tlsq today. They're few and far between once you get to year 7. Before then, you get one, I think about probably like almost every 2 chapters. Here we go. I think Squawk's moves is improved. Amazing! You 3 must be miracle workers. Squawk doesn't warm up to just anyone. Alchemies rarely do because of their fierce instincts. But with that much effort, I've managed to reduce Squawk's aggressive outburst to only a few bites a week. A few bites a week? Isn't that still too many? Progress is progress, Mr. Baby. Many thought I was foolish to keep an alchemy as a pet, but I think alchemies make great pets. Do you agree? Yes, even a fierce creature like an alchemy can make a good pet in the right hands. My sentiments exactly. The occasional bite is a small price to pay in the name of creature friendship. It must take a lot of dedication and patience to care for magical creatures the way you do, Professor. As a proud Hufflepuff, I strive for nothing less. Dedication and patience are hallmarks of the house. And I'm hardly the only one. Take the legendary Newt Scamander. He was a Hufflepuff too. What an inspiration. Dedication and patience are the key to winning over magical creatures and people too. Which reminds me, you helped me with Squawk, and now it's time I return the favor. I hope that means you were able to find food for Gerald. What do fanged geraniums eat anyway? Fanged geraniums eat fanged geranium food, of course, and I found a whole bag of the stuff. Fantastic! Let's try to give Gerald a snack to see if it makes him feel better. Go on, Gerald. Have some fanged geranium food. Yeah, I wouldn't be putting my finger in too close. He won't even touch it. I suppose he wasn't hungry after all. You did well to try, Mr. Baby. Don't give up now. With dedication and patience, I'm sure you'll find a way to bring Gerald back to his old bitey self. You seem to know Gerald already. Do you know why he's so important to Miss Sprout? I wish I did. All I can say is that Pomona has had that flower for as long as I've known her, and I've known Pomona for many years. If Gerald withers away, Pomona won't be the only one who's heartbroken. That flower is a Hufflepuff treasure. Well, just have to think of another way to help him. If it's not an illness or hunger, it must be something else. I'm no gardening expert, but I do have some extra coir and natural fibers from when I refurbished Squawk's nest. If it isn't too much, plants like that sort of thing, I think. Thanks, Professor. I appreciate your help with this. I'm not exactly a gardening expert either, but I know someone at Hogwarts is. Hagrid, he knows everything there is to know about gardening. Rubius knows his way around a pumpkin, I'll tell you that. I'll take Gerald to Hagrid next. If anyone knows how to help this fang geranium, it's him. Okay, so that is the end of part 1. Okay, so stay tuned for part 2. I'm going to be doing part 2, and then I'll upload it. So thank you for watching this. It's been a lot of fun. It's Hufflepuff Celebration Part 1. Part 2 is coming up very soon. Well, thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Happy tapping, because this is the way.